Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So let's hope I'll be able to keep this video under 10 minutes. It's gonna be hard. I'm gonna try to do it quick. I'm gonna try to talk normally so that people can understand. So let's get started. So what do we have? We do have a Garmin Instinct 2 Solar Tactical Edition, which I like because that's the only model that you can have in all black, not that grayish, disgusting color that I don't know what they were thinking when they put it out. But anyways, uh, I'll never use all the technical stuff out of this thing, but I just like my watches black. That's all. And we do have a Casio GBD-H2000, which I already had. I don't think I did a video on this previously, but I did have this one, and at some point I did try the GBD-H1000, which was so big I could have probably throw it at somebody and hurt him pretty badly with it. So it won't be a tutorial or explanatory video or that kind of stuff. It's just going to be a quick comparison between the two and a quick what I like about one, what I don't like about the other one, and vice versa. So size-wise, if you put them side by side, you can clearly see the G-Shock is a bit bigger, but looks can be deceiving, as well as the screen actually, which is kind of weird that it looks so nice on the Garmin out of the camera's eye, because in real life the Casio is way brighter and easier to read and cleaner than the Garmin. Anyways, size-wise, Garmin 45 millimeter diameter, 47 if you take into account the sensor protector here or cover, whatever you want to call it. Casio 58 if you can take in consideration those two bumpers here. Other than that, 45 in case diameter and 48 in case diameter. So they both were kind of similarly on the wrist. The strap design are a little different, but they were pretty much the same on the wrist, with some exception. Thickness wise, the G-Shock is a little chunkier, as you may see here. So basically this is kind of like almost 18 millimeters thick at the bumpers, but the watch case itself is about 16, 15 and a half. The Garmin here is 15 millimeters thick. So lug tip to lug tip, from here to here, we get a 49 millimeter, which is super compact for a smartwatch for once. Problem is with Garmin, the way they design their stupid straps, all right? So this little gap here on the wrist creates kind of a cold spot that does not touch the wrist at all. Even if you have bigger wrist than mine, it is what it is. I'll try to show you here. It's kind of hard to capture because I still suck at that YouTube video kind of stuff. So you can see on both sides here. See, I can fit my finger, and when you wear it, it doesn't conform to your wrist that well. So Casio came out with an idea which worked for a lot of their watch model in the past. They came out with these little wings. I still hate those, even though they fits better. The comfort is way superior because of them wings. I hate them for one reason, and it is because when I wear my watches, see, this one is way, the comfort level of this is so far superior than the Garmin just because of them little wings. But I'll tell you something. I like my watches when the strap actually collapses all the way against the back of the watch. That's how I get the best fit on my watches. So that's why on Garmin, if you buy those quick release strap, aftermarket strap for Phoenix and whatnot, and you take the strap off, the OEM strap off, it just clips on there, and then you do have that kind of regular watch feeling, and it just adds to the comfort. Some people love the comfort that this kind of strap bring to them. uh, it's totally good. I mean, this is just my own personal opinion and view. So that's, I just hate the straps on both of them, but that's just my gripe. That's just that, it is my problem. All right, yeah, that's my problem. All right, weight wise, so the Garmin comes in at 52 grams and the Casio at 63 grams. So barely 10-gram difference between the two. And again, uh, the Casio actually feels better on the wrist, feels lighter. Why? I don't know. It's just the way it sits on the wrist. So to me, it's so hard to find a smartwatch that will fulfill my needs because I don't have that many. This has so many freaking sports mode. Yes, it's in French, all right. See, and I took off a lot of them because I was never using them, and this is the same thing. Oh, not notification. So to walking, biking, and trail running. You do have more, but you can set the in the app you can set how many you really want on the watch and the one you use more often, and just discard the other one. And you can do that for the sole purpose of saving times, because if you have all of the activities in there, you can rearrange them in the order that you want, but you still have to scroll down. And it's not like a touchscreen smartwatch when you can just scroll like this. You do have to physically press every single time you want to scroll down. So that's just a little hassle, but for that type of watch, is a touchscreen would be totally irrelevant. So the way the buttons are designed on both is that they're designed to be used with gloves, because they are designed and they are aimed to be used by professional in the field. So you, whether you're paramedic, firefighter, police, army, whatever you are, whatever you want to be, these are designed and meant for you. So that's why the button looks like this. Difference between the two, I can. Let's try this. So the Garmin have some clicky to it, but the Casio has now this like squish. You can't hear anything other than the buckling away. So that's the only, that's not a big deal breaker. If you activate the vibration and the sound of the button, you can hear and feel when you press on it. So other than that, it's not a big deal breaker for me or for most of the people. One that does a very nice audible and physical click is Sunto. Them watches, you can feel and hear that click a mile away. So if you're hunting with a Sunto, not a good idea to press any of the buttons. So that's so far my experience with both. Accuracy wise, the heart rate sensor is really on par with both, but with the winning guy being this one here, because the heart rate sensor is made by Polar Industries. So they're made by the leading manufacturer in heart rate monitoring system. So actually, it does work. If I put my index behind it, we'll get some reading. And the reading is so quick on the Casio, and that's where you really see and appreciate the Polar algorithm here. Other than that, I don't know why they're so off apart right now, because usually they're right at the same level, unless I'm not, yeah, maybe my finger is not correctly on there. Definitely works better on the wrist, but it does work, it does the job. But I really like the sensor reading better of the Casio itself. For the barometer, compass, and whatever, you have to calibrate them so they both work very accurately once they are calibrated when you receive the watch and whenever you do an activity. Other than that, you can simply rely on the GPS information to give you accurate location, altitude, and whatnot. And for barometric pressure, well, it changes all the time. So whenever you're by the sea up in the mountains, you do have to calibrate it where you are at the moment that you are there, because it's the way it is. It's not a foolproof device on that kind of watches. So what do I like? What I don't like? I like the Instinct because it's round. Yeah, the previous model had more angles to it, and I hated it. This one I like because it's round, and it looks good. It fits well under the cuff actually because it's a little thinner than this. This, if you're wearing a shirt, a long sleeve shirt, yeah, don't try to put that under the sleeve there, because I mean you can, but it will not be that comfortable, and you'll have a big bulge on your wrist, not somewhere else. All right, on your wrist. So between the two, I don't know which one I would keep. My heart tends to stay with Garmin because I love the added functionality of the music control and the quick reply on text messages. But is that a real deal breaker? My personal taste, if I really needed a watch that stays not connected, I would go with the Casio. Just deactivate the Bluetooth, do my stuff, my hike, my walks, and then once I'm done, reactivate the Bluetooth and just enter your activity to your smartphone or computer, and then just you can compare to the previous activity and whatnot. Other than that, you can't really use the Garmin without the Bluetooth activated. I mean, you can, but it defeats the sole purpose of having a smartwatch. And I'm not taking a shot at anyone here, but I've seen a video about a guy that's been using the Casio without the Bluetooth activated, because he really hates the Bluetooth connectivity thing, and he thinks that he has his own opinion about it. But I don't think you should buy a smartwatch if you're not going to use the Bluetooth functionality to stay connected to your phone and the watch to keep track of your sleep, your heart rate, your steps, your activity, and whatnot. Because that's what these are meant to be. These are meant to be a journal of your activity. You can keep some activity in the watch itself, but only one or whatever. I mean, it's on the watches, read, and you can save it, just toss it after you're done. But if you put it on your phone, then you can have an actual track record of everything you did. So if I had the choice, I would love to try the DW 5600, which is the Square smartwatch. And I heard a lot of bad things about the Square one, but I would love to give it a try. But between you and I, if you made it to the end of the video, which one would you keep for you and for me? For the people who know me, you know what kind of watch I like. So tell me, which one should I keep and which one should I toss? And let me know in the comment. I will link the tutorial video of the Garmin watch because I really like that guy. um, you can have both in French and in English, so if you speak French, the guy do a great job at doing an in-depth tutorial about the Garmin Instinct. And for the Casio, there's not much stuff out there, but there's a few guys on there. I'll let you search and look for them. And on this note, I will thank everybody who has joined back this channel after I shut down the other one. I did a video on my former channel to lead to this new channel, so if you were a regular, you will be familiar with all the crappy stuff I put out. on a bi-weekly, weekly, monthly basis now. So anyways, it's gonna be all over the place for the uploading. So I thank you very much for everyone who comes and watch this video. I'm really happy to do them again, and hopefully at some point, maybe, I get to the next level and try to do a better job at, you know getting my videos out there, editing videos, putting nice pictures and whatnot. You know the drill, how to be a successful YouTuber. So time will tell, and until then, I'll see you. Bye bye.